What is going on? I'm zmoT. We are here on the zmoz account. We're going to get into some War Factory pre-coffee. Let's see what we can do without caffeine coursing through our veins. Early morning War Factory. Boom. So many low-level lasers. Just level 1 lasers everywhere. Now, max-level troops are just going to be able to walk through this with ease, I would think. Like, absolute ease, just cutting through it like butter. Low levels going to have a bit more struggle simply because our squishy troops just get melted by 1 laser shot, 2 at the very most. So this whole bottom area looks just primed for RZM Rifle Zooka Medic or Rifle Zooka Cryo Medic or Gren Medic or Tank Medic or basically any troop medic, but you need to have a little bit higher level or have troop health. This account is not a troop health having account, so we're a little bit behind on the squishy troops. Our squishy troops are extra squishy, you could say, and they're also low level, so not a lot of help. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try something a little bit dumb. I've got no instant training, so I thought I had instant training, forgot about that. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to show you some behaviors of lasers that you need to be aware of that are incredibly useful if you can use them to the fullest. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do something a little bit dumb, and we're going to try and clear as many lasers as we can as a result of what I'm trying to do. So this is probably going to go incredibly poorly, but maybe it'll be entertaining and or interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop our smokes right about like this. We're going to drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boats. Not 8 boats is so incredibly critical. And then we're going to go 1 and 2 into there, getting all of our zookas and our brick into there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to drop our Scorcher over here super duper late, and then we're going to shock it the heck out of there. And so what we can do now is essentially, you'll notice that only this laser on the far right-hand side can see our troops. And the reason for that is because lasers, I should say. This was a terrible idea. Scorchers and lasers are not what I'm trying to say. Lasers lock onto a specific troop. They lock on till death. So you saw all of those lasers targeting that one Scorcher and nothing shooting our zookas. Not a great idea, but it does. I did want to show off exactly how lasers worked, and you can use that to your advantage. For example, on the bullet hit, if you have bullet, this is a great chance to use him. I don't have bullets, so we had to use a level 1 Scorcher. Level 1 Scorcher stood up pretty darn well against those lasers, but you probably don't want to pull off that hit because that was absolutely silly and ridiculous, and I didn't check the ranges, so I shocked lasers that I didn't need to. And if you shock a laser, it resets its targeting. So by shocking it, it then targets the zookas when it comes unshocked. Same thing if you throw smoke on the Scorcher, for example, would have gotten rid of all of our good hard work. So now all we need to do is get rid of one. Really, only we need to get rid of 3 lasers, and then we can just pound away at this core. So not a lot of work to be done, just need to focus on those lasers. And if you have decent level troops, shouldn't be a big deal. I'm just going to keep burning through this. You know what? I'm going to try to load that Scorcher one more time. Hopefully we can do this again properly, and hopefully I can give you a better example of what the heck I was talking about, even if it's not super duper helpful. So we've got lasers here. So what I want to do is I want to lock my Scorcher back by this factory supply. And if I do that, every single laser should lock onto it. I'll lock it slightly towards the right. And then I can put my zookas. Where can I put my zookas? Yeah, that's what I'll do. So we'll just get rocking and rolling, and then I'll show you exactly what I'm trying to do. So we're going to mark this laser right about. I don't like this at all. This is a terrible idea. Don't do this. Don't do this at all. So we're going to go side drop simply because we've got a nice non-hot beach now. Looks like it's Canada in, even right now, we're in June and it's back to cold. Canada in What month are we in? Canada in May and July is magical. As soon as you get into June, for whatever reason, it just rains, and it drives me nuts. Let's get our Scorcher coming from over here. Hopefully we can get it where we want it to be ASAP. We're going to be a little... There we go. Now we just need to shock that one right there and that one right there. And should have shocked our Scorcher because this is not a great idea at all when you forget what you're supposed to be shocking, but all of the lasers are down. So this just showing that when you have a whole lot of moving pieces, not a great thing to do before you've had your caffeine. But on the plus side, we've cleared all of the lasers, and now we can just walk up to the core without a... Oh, I got barrage I should be using, but it's too late because I reached for my coffee cup. So quick sip. All the lasers are gone, and I know a lot of you are just screaming, like, what are you doing? But really, really wanted to show that that Scorcher can be used. Bullet is far better for it, simply because his taunt can override things, and you can actually drop him at a reasonable level, and he's got all sorts of healthy health. So at this point, all we really need to do is walk up and blow this thing up. This shock blasters are going to be somewhat in the range, but we can get rid of those without a heck of a lot of difficulty. None of these attacks have had a heck of a lot of difficulty, but they do require smoke. So if you're not sure, be careful with your smoke. You don't have to go very far, so you can use 3 smokes to land your troops, for example. I don't recommend it, but you can do it. So what we're going to do exactly the same is just keep grinding and grinding and grinding and get all of our troops underneath those smokes. Being careful to watch the water line. The water line is super duper important because that shows exactly where your troops are going to load and drop and all of those kind of things. And now we don't have to mark anything because all the buildings we want to remove are right in our face, right on top of us. So we can just go 1, 2, 3, shocking all of the things. Really, I don't think that our friendly neighborhood rifles are going to be very useful for us here, but hopefully we can get the heck away from that Doom Cannon, shocking all of the things, and now our rifles are going to start being useful in about 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, seconds or so. Just getting the heck away from all the stuff, farming some GBE, and now we can just walk up to the core. This was overly complicated and definitely not required. If you have any questions about how those lasers work, please let me know, because I remember the first time I saw the cooker core hit and my mind simply imploded. Like, I did not understand what was happening. And once you understand how lasers work, all of your attacks get a little bit better because they don't shoot things between them and their target. They don't shoot things that are not their target. Like, it's just, there's so much to learn about lasers, and you just don't see it unless you actually go out of your way to make it happen. So that's why that cooker core hit is just so magical, because you actually have a laser shooting over top of your troops to take out Bullet or the Scorcher and not damaging your troops at all, and then it doesn't point like every other defense to closer things. And by the way, rocket launchers do lock as well on occasion, and it's incredibly frustrating. But for the most part, only our friendly neighborhood lasers have those sorts of behaviors. I'm really hoping that laser on that right... called it. Okay, so I said we were going to open up a nice little free snipe area. It is a tiny little area because we got that Doom Cannon on the left. We've got that laser on the right. And so now we just need to burn this candle as... I think that's McQueen. It might be Planes, Fire, and Rescue. I'm possibly mixing up my children's movies. Might even be Mater for that matter. Let's get this done. Am I going to retreat? No, I'm going to pause. I'll be back in just 1 second. We're going to force quit. That way we can see exactly what happens here. So if you're wondering why I forced quit there, I didn't want to spend the extra 7 diamonds or whatever the heck it was to reload my troops. So we're going to have a look, see if my troops, and also retreating would have gone right through the path of that Doom Cannon. So we ended up burning approximately 1.1 million off the shield. Now, here's a little trick that A, will save you diamonds, and B, will save you troops. When it comes to certain core hits, whether it's strategize or there's a couple other operation attacks, don't bring all your boats. Bringing all your boats is a bad idea, and you end up making your troops bigger and wider, and as a result, you can lose your core hit. So we're going to bring 4 boats. We're going to park them right in that fairly large gap below the defensive building masterpiece, and that's going to get us to the point where we can get this core down and not have to worry about our troops just getting absolutely destroyed. So we're going to park right there, I think, was my best guess of where the heck to put them. We're going to find out if that guess was accurate or not, and if we had brought 8 boats, they likely would have spread out into the range of either that laser to the left or those Doom Cannons to the right. So bringing 4 boats just keeps things nice and compact, and we can just hit battle orders and melt this core. Sure, it's going to take an extra couple seconds, but I've done the math, or at least done a little bit of math, to figure out if we can take this darn thing down, and it looks like it's going to go fairly easily. So stick around. We'll do this with a higher level account, and I'll show you what I was talking about as far as troops being able to simply ignore those lasers, because I can't see those lasers being anything but a fly or a mosquito in our backside. So quick shock and smoking of our troops, maybe a medkit on top. Why I do that? Just to show off the amount of GBE left over. It does nothing useful at all. Let's quickly change accounts. I'll be back in just one moment. Okay, so I chose an account that does not have troop health just because I'm incredibly curious to see if our Grens and our medics even need troop health. So now that we're in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit attack. Then I'm going to drop Mr. Bullet over about here, just so that he goes way away. All those lasers lock onto him. Come on, 1, 2. All but this back right one have locked onto him, so I'm going to shock this one, and then just let Bullet hang out over on the side. He's going to hang out, going to get all of those lasers' attention, and then we can just hang out over. You know what? Let's not even shock this one laser, because I think we can just burn through it. Look at that. Not doing any damage to our high-level troops. Bullet is taking most of those right-hand side lasers' attention, and then we're just kind of chilling over here on the right. And the fact that we haven't shocked these right-hand side lasers means that some of these medics are going to stay close to our Grens, which is also fairly darn good. Now we're just burning through this. Like, this is not a difficult war factory at all. We should, in theory, be able to solo this just using Gren Medic. Realistically, I should have brought a lot more Bombardiers, but I just wanted to see exactly how this was going to go. And as you can see, my Bombardiers are living through the laser shots and not having a heck of a lot of difficulty. So if you're not sure whether you should bring Bombardiers or Grenadiers, hopefully this answers the question for you, because realistically, we are just melting through all of this stuff. And let's bring Mr. Bullet back now. We've gotten rid of enough lasers that we're not overly concerned about anything at this point. Now we just need to get a smoke on top of our medic dudes. And now we can make our way into all of this mess. Like, it's just an absolute mess when it comes to Grenadiers, but Bombardiers would be able to melt through all of these mortars with much, much more ease. So Bombardiers probably a better answer. Also, Rifle, Zooka, Medic, also a great answer. Basically, not Gren Medic is what it comes down to. But at the same time, we've got 179 GBE at this point, so let's just pull slightly away from all the shock blasters and things, and now we can just burn. Grenadiers burning 1.8 million health. is going to take a while, so I probably won't subject you to that, but this is a great one. If you've never used Grand Medic, do give it a shot. Grenadiers have quite a bit more health than Bombardiers and than zookas and rifles and things like that, so if you only have low-level troops, it might be worth trying level 1 Grenadiers. Can't say for certain. Let's get rid of that sniper tower just because otherwise our troops are going to be heading over in that direction. And as you can see, Bullet's health is starting to go downwards. Now, Bullet's health, when it goes downwards, he actually does more damage. So it's actually beneficial for him to take some shots to the face because he starts shooting faster. Obviously, he's not going to be our primary source of damage, but it doesn't hurt to have him around. Let's throw some critters, get those boom surprises to pop, and then maybe our Grenadiers can take them out in the process. So as you saw there, the Grenadiers did a double take. As soon as hotpots or boom surprises pop up, for whatever reason, the troops do a quick pause, and we are not going to take this down. So if you want to take this down with Grand Medic, one other option is to keep one boat of zookas held back and then bring the zookas in to burn the core. I've done that a ton on PvP when I was pushing way back when on the leaderboards. But our Grand Medics are not going to have enough of. Now, all of you are going to post your solos where you used Squishy Troops or Tank Medic. Please, by all means, do so. Just give it some sort of header, info, title, something. People who just post their War Factory hits with no context get deleted off my channel. If you don't typically post on my channel and you come on just to post your hit, I'm probably going to delete your post. It's kind of like on Discord where people just jump in, they don't say hi, they just pimp their channel like everyone should go to it, even though they haven't contributed to the community at all. So just say hi, what's going on, I didn't like your hits, or whatever it might be, and then throw in your hit. I'm totally fine with promoting your channel on my channel, but it has to be, there's some sort of decorum involved. I am just a little bit grumpy about that. I really don't like it when people come on Discord or my channel or Reddit or Telegram or whatever, and all they do is just post their own channel. They don't say hi, they don't contribute, they just post their own channel like we're supposed to somehow want to watch their stuff. I don't know, it just bugs me a little bit. If you're going to use the community to get your content across, at least contribute a little tiny bit or say hi. Now that annoyingly long rant is done, you can see why Bombardiers would have finished this. Bombardiers just have so much more damage than Grenadiers, and they don't miss, so probably should have mixed in more than one boat of Bombardiers, but I was in a bit of a rush, so hopefully that bullet and or Scorcher thing showed you something. Hopefully you found this entertaining. Hopefully you're happy and home and healthy and all of that sort of stuff. As always, I'm zmoT. By the way, do go check out my treading water video from a couple days ago. There is a reason I say that. It's not just that my content is absolutely to die for, but go check it out. There is a reason. Otherwise, if you like this video, throw a like, pretty please. And if you really, really liked it, do consider subscribing because there's all sorts of more goodness to come in the coming days and weeks and months and years. As always, I'm zmoT. Thanks for coming in. Peace.